I call this the fisherman's wife soup. This is one of my favorite light soup to prepare when I want to eat fufu without meat. I used smoked fish and then dried fish as well, and some snails. Stay tuned to know how I made this yummy, delicious goodness. If you're seeing this channel for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. A warm welcome to all my returning subscribers. I love you all. Thanks for watching my videos, liking, commenting, and sharing them as well. Today I'm moving away from the north and coming down south. Yes, we are eating fufu and light soup. I will show you how I made the soup and the fufu as well. As usual, I'll leave the list of ingredients in the description box down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy what I do. I will start off by introducing the ingredients. This is Lami Cooks. Welcome to my kitchen. So I have here my smoked catfish or akosombo fish, and also I have dried fish, dried shark, and then some seasoning cube. And I have my snails that I've washed and cleaned it thoroughly. Some tomato paste. I also have here some smoked tuna, some pepper, which is the Wagashie green pepper, some Momoni. You know, I love my Momoni. I also have some okra here, mainly for garnish, some mushrooms, any type of mushroom is fine, and I have here some garden eggs that has been cooked already, and I have some koobi, and I'm using the head because that's where all the flavors are. For the vegetables, I have some tomatoes, about 3 cloves of garlic, some ginger, and then some onions. And for the fufu, I have some cassava and then some green plantain. I'll start off by cooking my vegetables, which is the tomatoes, the onion, and the green pepper. As that is cooking, I'll go ahead and prep my other ingredients. I'll go ahead and blend the 3 cloves of garlic, about a thumb size ginger, and then the onions. I'll add some water to help the blender. After blending, I'll set it aside and then go on with my preps. You never know where your ingredients are coming from, so for my fish, I would like to wash it thoroughly, especially it's dried and smoked. So for my salted tilapia, I'm washing it thoroughly and cleaning all the guts, everything that wasn't cleaned properly before drying it. And then for the kako or the dried shark, I'm doing the same, making sure I'm rubbing it all clean. And when it comes to my akosombo fish or the smoked catfish, I like to use a clean sponge, which I don't usually use to wash my dishes. I like to use it to clean it all around properly because it's been smoked, came from the market. So you never know what has been going around there. So I want to clean it properly with a sponge before I break it into pieces. And again, for the catfish, I like to break it and look inside, clean it thoroughly, because sometimes if it's an old fish, you tend to see some worms in there. Mine is very fresh, as you can see, but I still always want to break just to be sure of what I'm cooking. I'm removing the bones, the big ones that are very obvious, and then I'll leave the rest in there. Once that is done, we'll go ahead and start cooking. To my pot, I'm going to add all the fish. So the catfish, the smoked catfish, the koobi, the dried shark, and I'll add the snails as well, and then the momoni. Everything goes in. You know, fish doesn't take a long time to cook, so this soup is very fast. I'll add everything to the pot and then I'll go ahead and add my blended garlic, ginger and onions to steam it. I'll also add my seasoning cube and no salt please. Because the koobi and the dried shark, the kako, is very salty, for this soup I tend not to put salt at all. So as always with all my cooking, I don't put salt in the beginning. I'll cover and let it cook for about 10 minutes. Now my tomatoes, onions and peppers are ready. They are very soft, so I'm going to go ahead and blend it. Don't throw away the stock or the water that you used to cook the vegetables because it contains all the nutrients. So I'm going to use the same thing to blend it. And then I'll add my already cooked garden eggs and then I'll blend it until smooth. I usually don't like sieving my soup, so I blend it until it's well smooth, but if your blender is not very good, you can go ahead and sieve it. Once it's blended, I'll set it aside. The fish has been cooking for 10 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and add the tuna and then the mushrooms just for about 5 minutes for it to pick up the flavors, and then I'll go ahead and add the blended vegetables. It's been 5 minutes after adding the tuna and the mushroom. Now I'm going to add the blended vegetables. As I said earlier, you can decide to sieve it at this stage or leave it as it is. My blender is quite good, so it's fine. I'm not going to sieve it. I'll add about a tablespoon of tomato paste just for the color, and then I'll add about 3 to 4 cups of water just to fill the pot. If you like your soup very light, then probably you should add more, and if you like your soup very thick, you should add less water. I will stir it, cover it for it to start boiling, and then I'll reduce the heat to low for it to cook slowly. The soup has been cooking for 10 minutes on low heat. At this stage, I'll give it a taste to see if I need to add some salt, and it didn't need any salt. It was just perfect. So I'll go ahead and add the fresh okra. Now I don't want the okra to be too cooked and soft, otherwise it's become okra soup. So about 3 to 5 minutes to the okra, just when it's cooked through, but you can still feel the crunch. Yeah, so don't let the okra cook too much. So I'll add the okra now, and then I'll let it cook for another 3 to 5 minutes, and the soup will be done. Look at that, and the smell in my kitchen. I can't wait to prepare the fufu. Now that the soup is ready, let's go ahead and prepare the fufu. For the fufu, I have here my cassava and then the plantain. I've grated the cassava just to help my blender, and then chopped the plantain into pieces. I'm going to blend this using my NutriBullet so that it will blend finely. I added just a little bit of water because I don't want it too light. The ratio really depends on how you want your fufu. I prefer the plantain more, so I added more plantain than the cassava. Now that everything is blended, I'll go ahead and start preparing the fufu. It's just the same method like banku. You just keep stirring it until it forms like a dough and start coming together. In fact, I prefer this type of fufu to the neat one, to the powdered one, the neat fufu. I feel like this one, you know exactly what is going into your fufu. Of course, you can still smell the freshness of the cassava and the plantain, but for me, it's not really a problem. I'd rather make it this way than to have the powdered one. So I always prepare my fufu this way. The fufu has started forming into a dough, and you can even tell from the color that it's getting cooked. Now, you can, depending on how hard or soft you want it, you can add more water. If you want your fufu hard, just like me, you leave it this way. If you want it soft, you add a little bit water just to make it softer. Look at that beauty. Yummy. With that soup, the fufu is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and form it nicely so we can eat. You can use your apotoiwa to form the fufu, but I usually use plates, and then it works fine for me, so I'll use the plates. Just add it to your plate and then just try to form it with your hand. Otherwise, you can use apotoiwa and then the, how do you call that thing? Etano. You use that to form it, but plates works just perfect for me.
I hope you enjoy my mommy's video. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. Like this video and like this video.
Okay, you heard her. Okay, this fufu, you have to sit on the floor and eat. So I'm going to sit on the floor with the kids around me and we're going to eat. Thank you so much for watching this video till now. Don't forget to subscribe and leave the notification bell on so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Like this video, share, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me as well on my social media platforms at Lami Cooks on Instagram and on Facebook. Until I come your way with another yummy-licious recipe, see ya, bye.